So what happens next is after we get all of the ideas and some of the concepts going, I gotta kind of internalize it in my, in my clock or in my mind and stuff. And then we got to figure out how we're gonna do this, like how we're gonna actually get this done. And so that usually means you gotta have a meeting with the local stakeholders, but at the local government level, people from the mayor's office, police department, folks from Public Works, people from the Parks and Rec, and anybody else who may have a say in like the physical, getting this done. And so that sometimes leads to even more meetings, frustrating at times, because at the end of the day, these things are less about art and more about politics. And yeah, that pretty much, they can put the kibosh on things, but it's all part of the process, and sometimes you just have to trust the process. Actually, you spend more time doing all that stuff than actually doing the artwork. So even after we did the design charrette, even after we did all the planning, and then we did the other meetings and stuff, we still had to secure art supplies, which was a journey in and of itself because the local guys that we used to go to shut down under mysterious circumstances. And so it was like everything, it kind of dragged on from that point of view too, because it was like, instead of starting on this day, we had to push things back more, and we got to push things back more. Then the weather starts tripping, so just to get actual paint on the wall is a journey in and of itself. So again, you spend more time planning and laying things out than actually creating the artwork when you're doing a project like this. Kind of like it's just the nature of the beast, really. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the process, I'm big on that. Like everything, from just even the idea, and you go spend all this time doing the research, leading up to getting up on the wall, having to make decisions on color, making adjustments as you go along. I'm a big, person in terms of like trusting the process, the importance of that process, probably more so than even like the actual outcome, because so many connections are made, and like you learn so much. You think you may know everything, but through the process you learn more. You learn about yourself, the community, people learn about you, hopefully, about the artwork, the intention behind it, why the design was chosen. At the end we had like 3 designs we had to pick from, so we chose this one here. And why was that? Why did it work? Why did the other ones not work? All of those things were important, and then at the end of the day, you have to go ahead and, choose your colors, get your colors together, and then on that beautiful day is when you actually go ahead and say, boom, let's get started, and you start putting paint on the wall. For this piece here, there wasn't, say, I mean, we definitely had a palette that we were gonna work with. A lot of pinks, a lot of turquoises, a lot of, say, grays that actually translated into silver because of the quicksilver element that is in the work. There were certain colors that we chose not to use a lot of, like, say, we were not gonna use a lot of blue, we were not gonna use a lot of red, even though you guys see it in here as, accents and things of that nature. But, those are objective decisions that we had to make, objective decisions as opposed to, say, intuitive, creative decisions. Those were things that we said, we're gonna go this route,
I mean, it's culture back to us, because like it's bland. Just bringing something back out here to get people to look at.
In doing this piece, I mean, I think the number one obstacle was actually the weather. You know, we were in a very unique situation that, you know what, because of timing, it seemed like we were battling the rain like every day. Not only that, because of, say, the season, you know, we didn't have a lot of sunlight to work with. So in between raining, poor lighting, I mean, you know, which, believe it or not, when you're doing public art and murals and stuff, lighting is important. And, you know, the sun setting on you. So we had very limited windows of being able to work. And sometimes it would be frustrating because when you get into the flow and you're out there, you're doing it, and it's like, oh, gotta stop, you know, sun's going down, can't see, or it's raining on you, then the paint starts dripping. So it's like there's an old saying, once the paint start dripping, you get to tripping. So, yeah.